What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in on today's video. We're finally going to be tearing into the new project truck. We're going to be figuring out what's going on with it. I'm 99% sure it's just a high pressure oil pump issue, but we're going to dig into it. We're going to find out for sure. So yeah, let's get right into this video. I'm going to show you some things under the hood and this filter that I pulled off of the truck, and we'll kind of go from there. So stay tuned. So this is the oil filter that was on the truck. So the guy had the oil changed, and they put a Wix filter and cap in. He started having the issues with the hpop and was like, well, I'm going to swap it back out because he heard that it could be a filter issue. So he went to O'Reilly's or something like that, got a Dorman cap and an OEM filter. I just wanted to show, like, this thing is super wobbly inside of this cap. Yeah, so that's not good, and that's not really what you want. So what we did is we got ourselves a new OEM filter as well as a OEM cap here. Let me pull this out. And there's your part number for that. So that gets us a OEM cap, OEM filter. They fit the best. I'll come over here. As you can see, that's beautiful. And then we also replaced our fuel filter cap as well because somebody had trashed that. As you can see, guys, this thing, there's soot everywhere. So it's not gonna be real fun. Some of this tape and stuff is gonna be super brittle. Any plastics are gonna be brittle. But we got the intake, the filter off here. Yeah, we need to get the turbo off. And then what I realized was because it still has the EGR cooler, we won't be able to pull that hpop cover off until we pull the intake off, and so that we can get the EGR cooler out of the way. So kind of a crap deal, but yeah, we're gonna have to pull this intake manifold, but at the same time, we are gonna be doing the oil cooler. So yeah. I am still very much undecided on whether we are going to be updating this truck to the newer high pressure oil system, because I could just throw a pump in it, an oil cooler, and move on with my life, you know, and sell this truck. But I kind of like the truck, so there's a chance that we are going to be swapping everything over, which does mean that we have to pull the engine out, at which point we would stud it, do new lifters. We're going to be updating the front end of this thing to the 05 to 07 clip, front clip up there. We might take a leaf out of the front. There's actually 3 leaves. I never knew that they came with 3 leaves. I thought they only came with 2. So we might be taking a leaf out of the front on both sides there to bring that down. And then there is a 2-inch block in the rear, so I kind of want to bring this thing down. I think it would look sick. So yeah, let's tear into this thing. I'm just going to kind of throw you guys up on time lapse. You guys have watched me a million times pull turbos, intake manifolds, all that crap on previous trucks. So yeah, we're just going to tear right into it, and we'll catch up to you then. About 20 minutes later, boys, we have the turbo off. It is, unfortunately, I was kind of hoping, but being an 04, it could go either way. But it is the 13 blade, and it is, I believe this is the smaller exhaust housing. Pretty grimy. You can see the soot caked on it here in the center section. You guys gotta see this, though. This is bad. Ugh. This is the sooty crap we got going on back here. Let me get this clamp out here. And I believe it's coming from the up pipes. Next step, we're gonna pull our pedestal out of here. We're gonna have to drain the coolant so that we can get the EGR cooler out. And then IPR valve, I don't have the socket for that. So yeah, we're just gonna make some headway on it. There's quite a few little tools that I'll need. Like I know I'll need a disconnect tool for the hpop line anyways down there. So yeah, we'll tear apart some of this stuff, maybe figure out where this exhaust leak's coming from too. That way we can figure out if we need to get a set of up pipes or not, and go from there. So skipping forward here, my plan was to do like a time lapse on this thing, but guys, this thing is so freaking grody that it's honestly kind of just a pain at this point. Things are just covered in soot. And then let me show you guys down here. Look at all of that. Look how gross this crap is. Yeah. So things are just coated in oil and soot. Things are super brittle. A lot of times what ends up happening when you have an up-pipe leak like that and you just run it is things get hot. You know, your engine's gonna get hot, all the plastics in here are gonna get hot, and this soot gets baked on as well as the oil, all this oil. Not entirely sure where this stuff is coming from, but yeah, there's a little dampness down there. I mean, there's like an inch worth of crap just built up right there. So, yeah, we are gonna, I don't know. Look, somebody just snip that off. That's why it blows out of the defrost. It's supposed to go right there, but it's missing a little thing for it. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update here and show you what we're working with. I am getting ready to flip this piece forward, the main engine harness, and then we'll get all of our fuel lines off, we'll get this housing off, and then we'll move on to pulling the intake manifold off. So a couple of 15 millimeters up here, you got a 10 mil right there for the fuel line bracket, this little 8 mil here that goes on the intake, just bend that up, and then you have your map sensor hose that goes right there. You got to pull that off. So we'll get this manifold off, and then we will check in with you guys then, so stay tuned. All right, I got the intake manifold off, guys, and first thing I saw was this guy here. That looks to be a freeze plug with a little bit of silicone around it. I'm guessing what's going on here is it is blocking exhaust from re-entering your intake manifold. Kind of a EGR delete. This here would still allow coolant in. So that would be kind of interesting if this would crack and then coolant would pour into there, how that would go. Obviously this one wasn't like that, but it's kind of interesting. And then the other thing, this is scary. This part's scary. If we look over here, I noticed this, and this is scary. Do you see that clamp, that hose clamp right here? Right there. Yeah, well, that's because it wasn't on all the way. Yeah, so we were like an inch off of that pipe, getting ready to blow that piece off. So somebody forgot to put that clamp all the way down, which is super scary because we drove this truck 3 hours home and that piece didn't blow off somehow. Could mean that the head gaskets are good. We're not building a lot of pressure in the cooling system. So yeah, we're gonna get this sucker off, and then we got a lot of cleanup to do. We're gonna be vacuuming and scraping and just doing a lot of cleanup before we can get to trying to get the cover off. I don't have my IPR socket here, so we might have to come up with a different way to pop that sucker off. But yeah, we're this close to getting that hpop out so that we can see what the heck was going on with it. So check this out. We got the pump out, got the J-tube moved out of the way. All the O-rings looked good. Got the pump over here, and my suspicion was correct. This will be my first one, but I was suspecting that potentially the ball had come out, and that's definitely what happened. So normally, this would be a port that oil would go through, but this port would have a little ball, and it's kind of prone on these early pumps for oil, or for the ball to actually pop out of there and go down to the oil pan. So that's actually what happened. There's no ball in there. Yep, no ball, no ball. So that's kind of crazy. This is the first pump I've ever had that's done this. So in theory, that pump is probably just fine. It was still able to start the truck, and there was oil just pouring out of that side port. What's supposed to happen is that ball is supposed to close off that port, and I know, from what I remember, I know guys that have had this happen before, and all you end up doing is putting a pipe plug right there and putting the pump back in. So that's kind of crazy. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research, figure out if this is something I'm going to want to do, or if I I mean, this throws a wrench in things, but this was definitely wasn't expected. But I was kind of thinking that that's kind of what happened. So this is crazy. This is crazy. This is the first one I've had, so I'm actually a little excited. These trucks are weird, man. These trucks are weird. But either way, guys, we have got to get a lot of this stuff cleaned up over here. We're going to be taking a lot of this stuff to the shop. We'll get it all through the parts cleaner, get everything washed up as best as we can. And I'm going to do some research about putting a plug in that pump, whether that's an option I really want to take or not. I guess it's really going to depend on whether I want to keep the truck or not. So, yeah. That's kind of where we're at right now. I think I'm just going to clean up a few more things here. We've figured out why the truck was having its issues, so that's awesome. I'm super excited about that. But you guys will have to tune in next week. Hopefully we'll have a decision. Hopefully we'll have some parts, and hopefully we will decide if we're going to just go back together with this truck with the parts that we have, or are we going to, go the next step and pull the engine. So kind of crazy. Not sure what we're going to do yet, but like I said, we're going to do our research. We're going to price out some things. We're going to figure out what the best option is at this point and go from there. So thank you guys so much for tuning in on today's video. If you guys are new, make sure you subscribe. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. If you guys have any experience with this or anything like that, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.